Some movies are meant to entertain you once, then fade into memory. Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead don't make those kinds of movies. Their films linger, demanding rewatches, reflection, and sometimes even confrontation. Before they were directing Marvel shows like Loki and Moon Knight, they crafted low-budget indies like Resolution and The Endless, two interconnected stories about time, friendship, death, and the terrifying possibility of never being able to move on. Before Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead became well known for their excellent work on Marvel TV shows like Moon Knight, Loki, and now Daredevil, Born Again, they started their careers with micro-budget indie films that in many ways hit harder than big Hollywood productions. The most fascinating part to me is how all their films connect with each other, sometimes thematically, other times literally in the same universe. That's especially true with Resolution and its direct sequel, though not openly advertised as such, The Endless. Both movies feel like fever dreams, intentionally so. They're made to be re-watched. They're not your typical viewing experience. Not overly dramatic, not action-packed, not beholden to standard Hollywood structure. Yet they spoke to me. At first I wasn't sure why, but after watching them again years later I began to understand, especially when I realized I was reflecting on them the same way the two brothers in The Endless returned to the cult after 10 years. The films gave me time to reflect and mature, just as the characters had. In my opinion, the core theme is that deep down we all fear death, aging, and letting go of the past. But what if something terrifying prevents you from moving on? A supernatural force of unknown origin that doesn't let you sleep, doesn't let you leave, doesn't even let you die. Suddenly, the finality of death and non-existence doesn't seem so bad compared to being trapped in an endless time loop. Resolution 2012, their debut, was shot on a $20,000 budget. The result is impressive, simple, yet effective. The film is set almost entirely in the woods near San Diego. The story follows two childhood friends who've grown apart. Mike is married and expecting a child, while Chris has fallen into drug addiction and claims he's always been unhappy. Out of desperation, Mike chains Chris inside a shack to force him through a week-long detox. That story hit me hard, and I think a lot of people can relate. Friendships are often self-serving, even if we pretend otherwise. It's hard to be truly selfless with friends. Usually, we expect the same treatment back, and when it doesn't come, the friendship falls apart. In this case, Chris became selfish, nihilistic, and alienated everyone. Mike, though nostalgic and unwilling to move on, still clings to hope. Chris, on the other hand, has already accepted suicide as a more viable option than change. Mike tries to save him, but ultimately fails. Meanwhile, Mike starts receiving strange messages from a supernatural presence, clues and fragments of an unfinished story. To me, this works as a metaphor for the creative process, like the voice of a writer deciding where to take their characters next. The characters begin to sense their own lack of control, becoming aware of the author guiding them. And just like a story without resolution, the film ends abruptly. We never see the monster, never understand its motives, never get closure. The characters are stuck, their lives reduced to the same hour and 33 minutes, forever replayed, forever looped, endlessly consumed by us, the audience. That's what makes the ending tragic. Mike's fate is sealed, and between Resolution and The Endless, we learn his wife has had their child. She shows up in The Endless, bitter, isolated, smoking constantly, living on the outskirts of the cult. She never truly joins them. She leaves notes asking everyone to be quiet, though no one can sleep anyway. Some distract themselves with parties, others with annoyance. The cult has accepted its fate, trapped together, making the best of it, even while carrying an unspoken sadness. Their heaven is really just a dressed-up version of hell. The Endless shifts focus to Justin and Aaron, using their real first names, though with the last name Smith. They've been living bleak, ordinary lives outside the cult that once raised them after a car accident. Nostalgia and uncertainty draw them back, but the supernatural entity that controls the time loops hasn't touched them yet. In a locked shack, they discover evidence stretching back decades. Recordings, photos, artifacts. The entity has been toying with humanity for ages, maybe forever, leaving cave paintings as breadcrumbs. As they wander, the brothers face the same choice. Remain trapped in nostalgia, repeating the same story, or break free to create a new resolution. The film's ending contrasts with resolution. Instead of closure or doom, they drive away, leaving the loop behind, choosing their own path, writing their own story. What makes The Endless brilliant is how it re-examines resolution through fresh eyes, like Back to the Future Part 2 revisiting the first film. We see old characters again, now aged both in real life and within the story, doomed to relive the same week. They can tweak small things but never escape the final outcome, death. This time, Mike lights the fire himself, resetting the loop. Their advice to the newcomers is simple: run. Don't get trapped. Move on. That's the hidden message I took from it. For creators, writers, directors, anyone, it's a warning. Don't live forever in your past work. Don't obsess over mistakes or nostalgia. Be proud, learn from it, but don't let it chain you. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in an endless loop of your own making. Just like the characters, just like depression itself. The film expands the universe, showing that each person has their own time bubble. Some are alone forever, like Shitty Carl. Others suffer quick loops, like the tragic figure dying every 3 seconds for eternity, a fate worse than hell. These loops feel like metaphors for our own personal prisons, the cycles of thought, behavior, and pain we choose, or fail, to escape. In the end, resolution and the endless remind us that life is full of loops. It's up to us whether we stay trapped in them or finally break free.
Oh, fucking shut the fuck up! I swear to God, these fucking birds, they just fucking take my shit all the time and they will not fucking shut up.
What's the gun for?
Protection.
Protection from what?
The birds.
Okay.